What if I told you there is a secret world of tiny creatures with incredible powers beyond the realm of human imagination? When you realize the phenomenal abilities of these tiny little animals and what they're truly capable of, in comparison, we are just big, clumsy giants. I've devoted my life to unlocking the secrets of these miraculous mini monsters. I'm teaming up with a scientist friend, and we're going to the very edge of the world to find them.
Which way? He's in the bush. I got one.
Behind you.
Did you get it? He's got me.
Looks like a dinosaur, straight up from the dawn of time.
That's the perfect killing machine right there. I'll show you, pound for pound, they stack up against any creature that ever roamed the earth. Fight that. Oh!
He destroyed my sensor.
This is in the realm of superheroes. Size does not matter, especially when you're a little giant.
This place is like a chlorophyll cauldron.
It is hot and spiky and difficult.
What's that?
Look at that. The lizard hanging off that vine.
Oh, man, there's lizards everywhere out here.
I know. Creatures are everywhere. But it's not the ones that we see that bother me. It's the ones we don't see. So watch your feet, watch your hands, watch your face, watch your back.
Right about that.
But I tell you this pain and suffering is the price of admission.
Yeah.
To see just the most exquisite creature. We are looking for the most deadly poisonous newt on the planet. Like a saltwater crocodile covered in poisonous landmines. We have traveled halfway around the world to Laos, hunting a nocturnal predator that haunts the dark waterways of the jungle, the crocodile newt. This creature is almost invulnerable to all forms of attack because it is virtually indestructible. It has powerful jaws, a reinforced skull and spine. It regrows severed limbs and tails. Plus, it is covered in poisonous bombs running from neck till tail that will go off upon contact, and they are deadly. Each contains toxins more powerful than a prairie rattlesnake. A newt might seem a common creature in North America and Europe, but I assure you, you've never seen anything like this.
What's the strategy for catching this crocodile newt?
Here's the thing. The first step is to find an appropriate waterway. That's where they're going to be during the day. We've got to be getting close.
Well, what are you saying? Why do you say that?
You can tell from the lack of plants here, you've had a lot of water sitting here and moving through here. So if we just follow it down, we've got to be getting close to a waterway. Oh my heavens.
Oh, man.
But look at this. This is what we're looking for, the watercourse that cut this cliff. This is absolutely perfect crocodile newt habitat. One, the water is slower, that's what newts prefer. And two, it's a kind of protected area that would favor small fish and small arthropods, and that's exactly what crocodile newts want to eat.
All right, what's the technique? How are we gonna get him out of here?
He should be sleeping right now, 1 to 3 feet under the water. There's gonna be some combination of black and orange. Hopefully we'll get him by surprise and scoop him up.
Let's get our feet wet.
See anything?
Nothing yet.
Oh, what you got?
It's just a little fish. I'm seeing all kinds of spiders and tiny little fish, but I'm striking out on finding newts. Sun's kicking in. You get anything?
Oh, nothing.
Yeah, me either.
We have covered a lot of ground and yet totally come up empty-handed. So I have to rethink this. Amphibians, I call it amphibians because they're happy on the water and on the land. I say, let's start checking under some of these rocks and logs here on the shore.
There's so many ants here. It's amphibian friendly.
Nope. Nothing?
Nothing. Oh, here we go. Ah,
Found something?
2 little frogs.
Nice.
Are they tiny?
Oh, it's tiny. Well done, sir.
I gotta tell you, that took a very little skill. They were just happy to jump on in. There you go.
Wow.
A little sweet fella.
Yeah.
These guys are everywhere. These banks are crawling with these little amphibians. I've seen other species as well. These brown ones, one with a black stripe around their eyes, and some green ones. So there's at least 3 species of small frog just in this shady area, which makes it all the more frustrating we haven't found our crocodile newt. All right, see you later. Thanks for the visit.
I'm taking that as a good sign.
Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, if there are frogs here, it means it's amphibian friendly. Oh!
That one?
Yes! Yes! Yeah! Come look at this, look at this, look at this. Oh, it's beautiful.
This is the crocodile newt.
Oh, it's like a jewel. Look at that little guy.
Oh my gosh, that orange is so bright.
That's the warning coloration of all poisonous creatures. There's plenty of red here. It says, do not eat me, you will die. Every aspect is purposeful and deadly. Have you ever seen anything like this in your life?
Never. It's got an exotic alien look to it. It's got these cool little ridges on the top of its crown.
That's its reinforced skull, mate. This allows it to survive extreme blunt force trauma. If a big predator like an eagle comes in and takes a bite, it can survive that bite. I mean, that is like wearing a roll cage inside your skin.
That's so great.
Should we get back to the tent? Oh, absolutely.
We came all the way to the other side of the world to meet this guy. He looks extraordinary. Now it's time to get him back to the lab, where I've got some really fun and unique tests in mind to see just how special he is. I just can't stop looking at this newt. Stylish and dangerous.
Absolutely. I'm keeping these gloves on today because the poison in these glands are not a joke. If it gets into my eyes, or my nose, or my mouth, I could be in real trouble. This guy has enough poison to kill thousands and thousands of small mammals. I don't want to be the first big mammal he takes down. Gloves are on.
Before we get started, let's get the baseline measurements out of the way so we can get into the real testing.
All right, here we go. 0.2 of an ounce.
That's about the weight of a quarter. All right, now let's get a reading on it. The length of its body.
From nose tip to tail, he is 3 1/2 inches, and he's almost perfectly divided between body length and tail length. And that tells you how powerful that tail must be, how important it is in the water. That's a proper outboard motor. This is a tail designed to chase down its prey in the blink of an eye. This is a legitimate aquatic predator. It has that crocodile surge, and that's what it needs to survive.
Let's see it in the water. So we'll be able to actually capture the crocodile newt swimming and clock its swim speed.
I love that. I can't wait to see it. Looks about right. Your swimming pool is ready.
Okay.
Okay, here you go, little guy. Do your thing. Oh, dived in. Oh!
Oh, man, he is motoring.
Absolutely slicing through the water. This crocodile newt may be tiny, but it is absolutely deadly. It has ridiculously fast strike speed. Oh!
That skeletal structure, that is an amazing defensive mechanism.
As long as its spinal cord and its head is intact, this newt is effectively immortal. Okay, little guy, do your thing. Oh!
Oh, man, he is motoring.
Oh, that's spectacular.
Okay, let's see this aquatic test up close.
Oh, yes, please.
Okay, here we go. There's the dive in. Boom, off he goes.
You can see at that burst speed, it really accentuates the power of that paddle-shaped tail.
The way that the light is refracting off the water, you can actually see the water displacement that the newt is creating.
That's very crocodilian. When it tucks those arms in and starts powering that big paddle tail, that's exactly what a crocodile does. The big difference is the newt keeps its hands forward. Now that probably reduces its hydrodynamic speed, but It probably allows it to sense prey in murky water as well. So there's a pro and a con for that. But the important thing is tail drive.
Good point.
So, what was the top speed?
He just went 7 inches in 1 second.
That's 2 body lengths per second. That is incredible.
Could you imagine if a 20-foot long crocodile could swim twice its body length in 1 second?
That's absolutely terrifying. I mean, they're fast, but they're not that fast. Say we scale up our crocodile newt from 3.5 inches to 20 feet, the length of the largest crocodile ever measured. Now, if these two power swimmers squared off in an Olympic-sized pool, it would be a battle of monstrous proportions. The massive crocodile could hit a top speed of 9.3 miles per hour and cross the 50-meter pool in just 12 seconds. But our little amphibian from Laos could torpedo down the pool at an astonishing 27 miles per hour. That's quick enough to reach the other side in a mere 4.1 seconds, making it 3 times faster than the dispirited crocodile. With that blistering pace, the crocodile newt will always be living life in the aquatic fast lane. This is an impressive aquatic predator, there is no doubt about it. When it comes to hunting, that paddle-shaped tail makes all the difference. But its powerful tail isn't the only crocodilian weapon that it has. Just like a big crocodile, it has ridiculously fast strike speed.
Let's see if we can actually get it to strike something.
Let's do it. I got what we need. Fresh, juicy worm. Delicious. Okay, take this little guy. Make it quick.
He's going for it.
Yeah, he is.
Look at that stalk.
Oh, yes! That is a predator.
See that up close.
Absolutely.
Here we go. Here's the start.
Mm-hmm.
Here's where it sees the earthworm.
Mm-hmm.
He's moving in for the strike.
Oh! All the muscles in the neck and the jaw just commit to it and crunch. I want to know how fast that was.
From the time he opened his mouth, latched onto the worm, and then yanked it back into his mouth. 20 milliseconds. That's basically 12 miles per hour. Considering this guy's size, that's a jet-fueled pace.
It's clear that from an offensive point of view, as a predator, this little guy is elite. Now let's look at defense.
There's a defensive mechanism that I love about this newt.
What's that?
It's that skeletal structure.
Oh, yeah, that reinforced skull and spine, making it even less vulnerable to attack. And when you have extra bone density in nature, it's always for a reason. Think about rhinoceros, incredibly dense bones, because that huge carriage we got to run around with. And in this case, this is its life support system. That skull, the spine, super thick. This is able to withstand extreme blunt force trauma. And here's the best part. You bite a leg off or a tail, it doesn't bleed out, and it grows its tail or leg back. And not just that, he can even repair damage to his lungs, heart, and brain. As long as its spinal cord and its head is intact, this newt is effectively immortal.
Amazing. Now, I have a special way for us to see the skeletal structure up close like an X-ray, but without all of the dangers of actually getting an X-ray.
I am intrigued.
See this?
Yeah.
This is a thermal imaging camera. The beautiful thing about this camera is that it actually picks up the thermal heat that comes off.
Great.
So we'll use this to get a density reading, basically, of the skeletal structure of the newt.
Uh-huh.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually place the newt on this little infrared light. And my hunch is the areas that have the most dense bone. Those areas will show up with the most contrast on our camera.
I love it.
So let's turn this on.
That's on?
It's on now. Can't see it, but it's
No.
on. The beautiful thing is, infrared light is invisible to the human eye. It's just emitting low-level heat instead of light.
Exactly. And I want to stress the point that that light's not hurting him in any way at all. No. This thing generates far less heat than, say, a sun-warmed rock that he might rest upon in the early evening. So, thumbs up from me.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, I got him set. Wow. The contrast is immediately visible. That reinforced skull and that reinforced spine. This is as perfect a battle tank as nature can create.
crocodile newt is like a crocodile, but with poison landmines that run the length of its spine.
That is pure newt poison. That is deathly serious toxin. All right, I got him set. Wow. The contrast is immediately visible.
Exactly. The dense parts will allow less infrared heat to come through, so they'll be cooler and more blue.
That is bright blue around the head.
Yeah.
I see blue running down the spine. Most of the soft tissue in the abdomen is that greeny color. And then once you get back down to the tail, that's again quite a vivid blue.
It gives us a good idea of actually how thick the skull and skeletal system really is. But to confirm this further, I have some photos that actually show clearly the contrast between the skeletal system of the crocodile newt and the common newt.
Love it, let's see him.
Okay, so take a look at this. This is our crocodile newt's skeletal system compared to the common North American newt.
Those are great pictures.
And look at all of that density in the X-ray in the skeletal structure of the crocodile newt.
Irrefutable. The skull, super bright, super white. I mean, all the bones are dense, but especially the skull and that vital spine all the way through. Let's just say a large predator comes in, delivers what would normally be a fatal blow. With your regular North American newt, the head is gone, the animal is dead and eaten. With the crocodile newt, minor, superficial, soft tissue injuries. That's a super newt right there.
That is an amazing defensive mechanism. But there's another defensive mechanism, which is why we came all the way to Laos to see this little thing.
Absolutely.
And that's those poison pods.
Yes, indeed. Each of those poison pods is located specifically above a bone. So any pressure applied to the newt externally, say an animal biting it, pushes the poison pod down onto the bone and out comes more poison.
Each one of those pods operates completely independently.
That's right. It means that it doesn't blow all its defenses in one go.
So the crocodile newt is like a crocodile, but with poison landmines that run the length of its spine.
Yes, that is absolutely true.
So let's see those up close next.
All right.
So I've got these glass pipettes that will allow us to collect samples from the poison pods.
Okay, I love it.
Now, since we're dealing with a toxic creature, we're being safe on all fronts.
Absolutely. I don't want any of this poison in my eyes. This crocodile newt may be tiny, but it is absolutely deadly. So what I'll have to do, I'll wet my hands and gently massage its back, cause it no harm. It'll start to secrete the poison and build it up. That will be an opportunity to gently squeeze one of the poison pods using these rubber-tipped tweezers, and that's how we'll milk your poison.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, here we go. Rubbing his back. Oh, I can actually feel the surface of his skin change.
Yeah?
Look, you see that, little bubbles?
Oh, the frothiness.
He is already secreting poison. I think we're ready to do this.
Okay.
I'm squeezing now. Even though it looks as if I'm pinching or squeezing him, rest assured, I am not hurting it or harming it in any way. Yep, all you.
I'm collecting.
That is pure newt poison. That is deathly serious toxin. What you hold in your pipette right now could kill over 10,000 mice.
Okay, that's incredible because he's got 32 of these poison pods along its body.
If we sampled all of the crocodile newt's poison pods, how much do you think that would be in total?
This is 0.006 milliliters. So for 32 pods, 0.2 milliliters.
For an animal this small, that is truly terrifying. Think about it. The king cobra is the largest of all venomous snakes, and one bite from that yields about 6 milliliters.
So that's about a teaspoon.
Yeah. But it weighs thousands of times as much as our little newt. If we were to scale this newt up to the king cobra size, it'll be a very different story. Let's beef up the mass of our crocodile newt from 0.2 ounces to 13 pounds, the weight of a mature king cobra. Now, if these two toxic terrors came face to face with a mob of angry monitor lizards, a deadly showdown would be inevitable. The king cobra's bite would release 6 milliliters of lethal venom, meaning the snake could do away with 16 monitor lizards. But
When our colossal crocodile newt is threatened by the hostile lizards, his poison-packed pods would secrete 208 milliliters of toxin. That's 30 times the amount of the king cobra and enough to take out as many as 450 monitor lizards. No doubt, the noxious blast of a crocodile newt is truly a weapon of mass destruction.
We have never come across a defensive mechanism that's as lethal as these poison pods.
That is special. That is a survive at all cost mentality, and it doesn't blow all its defenses in one go. It's a much more effective defensive measure compared to the one bite of venomous snake. It's so simple and yet so brutally effective. And I love the test you created because I believe this is data no one has. I looked high and low and spoke to every herpetologist I know, and no one knows how much poison it can produce in one pod, even though we know it's producing it all day, every day. This is the kind of information that moves conservation science forward.
Has this little giant blown your mind or what?
10 times over. 10 times over. So many facets. It is a formidable swimmer. I mean, it's a legit aquatic predator, and those jaws are a bear trap.
Plus the fact that it has this reinforced skeletal structure. And of course, poison pods.
This is as close to an unkillable creature as we will ever see. What a day. We need to get him back in the wild because in a couple of hours it'll be dark and he wants to go hunting.
Let's get him home.
All right. There we go. If animals like this didn't exist, you couldn't possibly dream them. They're so extraordinary. All right. Here you go, little buddy. The hunt begins.
You know what? Those poison pods. That was so insane.
Oh, yeah. And remember, this is only for defense. The crocodile newt does not go to its nuclear option unless it is attacked.
Thank goodness.
But could you imagine if it did?
I'll let you imagine that.